Bhagavatham written by Bammerapotana. This is the first chapter and the second verse. I bow down to the one who does the tandav without any interruption, compassionate, the one who holds a trishul, and to the lotus face of Parvati brings illumination, crescent moon on the head and skull in his hands, crushing Manmada's ego, which is like a mountain. The minds of Narad and other sages bloom like a lotus, when like a bee he hovers in their contemplation. In the first line, Potanaji says, I bow down to the one who does the tandav without any interruption. Tandav is the dance of Shiva, which he does every day in the Himalayas, where he stays along with Parvati. Compassionate, the one who holds a trishul, and to the lotus face of Parvati brings illumination. In the second line, Potanaji says that Shiva is very compassionate. Why is he called compassionate? Because once when the demons and the devatas, the gods, both of them were churning the ocean and the poison came out of the ocean, everyone went to Shiva to drink the poison, and he accepted and he drank it and kept it in his throat, and he saved the worlds, he saved everyone. So that's why, that is one of the reasons he is called compassionate. So he holds a trishul, and to the lotus face of Parvati he brings illumination. Okay. Crescent moon on the head, he has the moon on his head. Moon denotes time, and having moon on the head denotes that he is in charge, he takes care of the time. And skull in his hands, the skull in his hands depicts the skull of Brahma. They say that Brahma, who is the creator, comes and goes. There are many Brahmas. Brahmas is like a Brahma is like a post. It's like a designation. So there are many Brahmas who come and go. And when a Brahma when a Brahma dies, Shivji feels that since he was in the post of Brahma, he wants to give him some respect. So that skull he holds in his hands. And then Potanaji says that Shivji crushes Manmada's ego, which is like a mountain. So as per the legend, when Shivji is doing tapasya, when he is doing penance, and Parvati ji is also doing a penance for him, the gods cannot wait for them to get married, because there is a demon called Tarakasur, and he has a boon that only the son of Shiva can kill him. So for that marriage to happen, they send Manmada, who is like Cupid, to go and attract Shivji to Parvati Devi. Now Shivji opens his eyes and he looks at Manmada, and immediately Manmada is destroyed. He is burnt to ashes. Okay, so as per the legend, so Manmada's ego is like a mountain that he can control anyone, but then Shivji controls Manmada. So this shows that when we want to get anything done, who do we go to? We go to someone who has already done that task, who is capable of doing that task. So if we want to rise above the attachments of the world, the God we need to, the form of God who we need to pray to is Shivji. The minds of Narad, in the last line, Potanaji says, the minds of Narad and other sages bloom like a lotus, when like a bee he hovers in their contemplation. In the minds of Narad and all the other sages, Shivji is always in their thoughts. Okay? Like a bee he hovers in their thoughts, and their mind is like a lotus. Why is always a lotus used for explanation, for comparison? Because a lotus comes out of a muddy pond, but then still it blooms. In the same way, a mind is like that, but then depending on what we think about, what we contemplate about, what we attract is seen there. So the minds of Narad and other sages are blooming like a lotus, but then who is attracted to it? Like a bee, none other than Shivji. Okay. So we will listen to the verse again. Now we know the explanation. I bow down to the one who does the tandav without any interruption, compassionate, the one who holds a trishul, and to the lotus face of Parvati brings illumination, crescent moon on the head and skull on his hands, crushing Manmada's ego, which is like a mountain. The minds of Narad and other sages bloom like a lotus when, like a bee, he hovers in their contemplation.